he's had to take a little bit of stick over the past couple of days for failing with the penalty against Aston Villa on Wednesday. And the best way to reply to that is to score in the next game, and Owen has done that. But Larson didn't want to dive in, but he didn't do enough to stop the shot. And it went on past Palm, and Michael Owen scores for the 9th time this season. 5 minutes left. Gerard Houllier brought camera on for Owen. Still a bit for Titi Camara to do here once he checked back inside, but he did it with aplomb. And in truth, throughout the match, Liverpool have looked the side more likely to score. They've kept their manager and their fans waiting for this second goal. But finally it happened.
David Beckham scores only his second Premiership goal of the season, as Manchester United look to cap a wonderful week. Flowers, flat-footed, and it was right into the corner from David Beckham. Polymore. Sheringham gets his first touch. Giggs now. He's away with Dwight York in the middle. It's come to him, and it's 2-0. And it's 5 goals in 3 games for Dwight York. Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United have certainly not been at their most convincing today, yet they're still going to collect 3 points, and maybe that is the mark of champions. He just eluded Elliott, and York was as cool, as calm, as composed as ever. Disappointing day for Martin O'Neill.
Watching Coventry's pre-match entertainment was probably about as good as it got. Bradford's self-styled city gent, Lenny Berry's been handing out goodies before games for years. But once the action was underway, Bradford were gifting Coventry 3 points. Cedric Russell put the home side in front inside the opening 7 minutes. Goalkeeper Aidan Davison was rooted to the spot when it became 2-0 midway through the first half. The Bradford boss, Paul Jewell, could only watch as it became 3-0 from a penalty. And just when the fans were on their way out, thinking it couldn't get much worse, it did.
We're fighting for our lives in the Premiership, and one thing we've had at Bradford is fighting spirit. People talk about it, and it was lacking today. And it shows you that if we don't have that, we're in trouble. But you know, there's a lot of football to be played here. And this might be the kick of the punch we needed.
Coventry were in control from the outset. Russell put them ahead with that early goal after Noel Whelan's first effort had been blocked by Davison. It was the Belgian's 9th of the season. Bradford fell further behind when Whelan claimed his first Premiership goal of the season. Keeper Davison completely unsighted as it became 2-0 on 21 minutes. George Cadet came off the bench on the half hour, replacing Gareth Wally, but still trailing 2-0 at the break. Manager Paul Jewell headed for the dressing room with plenty of food for thought. Boosted by plenty of vocal support, Bradford had their best spell of the game early in the second half. Dean Saunders' free kick produced a good save from Magnus Hedman. But while there weren't too many anxious moments for Coventry, you wouldn't have known it from watching Gordon Strachan. The result never really looked in doubt, but Coventry made sure in the last 5 minutes when Lee Sharp fouled Israel Zuniga in the box. John Eustace scored his first league goal for the club from a penalty. Bradford fans began to head for the exits. Some will have missed Coventry's fourth, which owed much to Zuniga's persistence. The Peruvian international making only his third appearance for the club, helping to boost Coventry's confidence while adding to Bradford's woes.
You know, between us and Derby, I think Sheffield Wednesday have lost today. And I think I've always thought for a while between us and Derby.
Good work by Smith, although Hinchcliffe's ball was dreadful timing for Sheffield Wednesday. And Smart angled it home. And where now for Danny Wilson's side?
Villa.
Southampton erased the memories of last week's 7-goal mauling by Tottenham to ease their fears of relegation. But Villa failed to produce a single shot on target as they slipped to their first league defeat in 13. Villa were missing Gareth Southgate. Southampton's Tahar El Khalej was making his home debut. But the Saints moved 7 points clear of the drop zone with 9 games to go, thanks to Kevin Davies, whose goals are frequently far from ordinary. This was no exception, and it was 1-0 at half-time. No question, this was a massive blow to Villa's hopes of a place in Europe next season, but for Southampton and Kevin Davies in particular, this was a much-needed boost. The last time the 22-year-old scored twice in a match was 3 years ago. That was the day he scored a hat-trick for Chesterfield in the FA Cup against Bolton, and the day he came to national prominence. The way he coolly converted Matthew Oakley's pass might suggest he's on the way back to his very best. Southampton 2, Aston Villa 0.
After getting the drubbing last week, we've worked all week on defending properly, and we look much more solid as a side. And you know, we didn't perhaps pass the ball as well as we have been, but in saying that, that's how it works out sometimes in football.
We've had a bad performance today, bad result, but it will all be forgotten if we bounce back next week against Derby, which of course we need to do.
The Premiership's leading goal scorer this season, Kevin Phillips, did his best to celebrate signing a new 5-year contract with a goal, but it wasn't to be. He stays on just 25. Instead, Phillips set up a goal for his strike partner Niall Quinn. That's 11 for him now. Sunderland's winless sequence was stretched to 12 by Christian Ziga's late equaliser. Keeper Thomas Sorensen seemed to be at fault. He rushed out of his area, but failed to get the ball. Middlesbrough might even have won it right at the end, but Sorensen made amends by denying Juninho with a fine save.
It was a scrappy first half, and opportunities, goal-mouth opportunities were few and far between, but once we got it, we changed the shape to 4-4-2 and got the goal. I thought we were going to do it, but to be fair to Brian, he sent on a couple of attackers and slices open through the middle and got the equaliser.
I'm quite happy, you know, especially going 1 down, and I don't know, 20 minutes ago or something like that. It's always difficult to come back, but I was pleased the way they come back and got themselves a point. And I thought we could nick it at the end with Juninho's chance, but it wasn't to be. And it was a typical derby, I thought, and nothing was given by either side.
It's getting tiring, but Sunderland 0 for the millennium, still winless in 2000. Now, by Saturday evening, 14 teams had already played out their hands, or should I say feet, and they waited to see who would come away with the points on Sunday. We kick off the Sunday roundup with Everton playing host to Newcastle at Goodison Park. The players coming onto the pitch ready to rock. Bobby Robson with a nice flower for the event. Everton with Abel Xavier hitting across to the back post. Richard Goff does well to get his head on it, but Shea Given says no worries. He puts a stop to that real quickly. Now, Roberto Solano with the corner kick. The loose ball goes to Alan Shearer. His shot is deflected, but Nikos Davizas with a chance. No. That one sailed over the bar. Second half action now. Didier Dome plays it in. David Weir cannot clear it. Aaron Hughes will take full advantage, gets the loose ball, and finishes for the lead. Newcastle up 1-0. Now, just minutes from time, Kieran Dyer with a bit of individual brilliance. Speedy one defender, then another, then watch the composure and the finish. Beautiful work by Dyer. Newcastle led 2-0. Walter Smith says, don't give up 3. Let's get out of here. Newcastle with the victory. Arsenal and Tottenham here. Off the corner kick, Thierry Henry to the near post with his head, and Arsenal up 1-0. Tottenham trying to get back into it. David Ginola plays the ball into the box. Chris Armstrong is there, gets his head on it, and flicks it nicely into the net. That's the equalizer, and it's 1-1. Now, Ray Parler is taken down here at the top of the box by Mauricio Torrico, and that means PK. Henry will step up and take the penalty and knocks it home. Arsenal up 2-1. Now to the second half. Gilles Grimondi goes for the man and not the ball, and that's going to leave a mark. Second yellow of the afternoon, and that means he's gone. He's sent down by Stephen Carr and sent off as well. The final score to Arsenal 2-1 over Tottenham. Finally, to Elland Road we go for Leeds and Wimbledon. Marcus Gale across into the box. Jason Ewell is there and heads it home. And quickly, second minute, Wimbledon is up 1-0. But in the 23rd minute, Eric Baca with beautiful work flicks it up and in. And Leeds equalized 1-1. Then off the corner, Leeds plays it in. Watch Carl Court punches it away. There's one problem. He is not the keeper. So it's a penalty kick, and Ian Hart will send it home. 2-1 Leeds in the lead. Then 39th minute, Eric Baca takes a Stephen McPhail cross. That's his second goal of the afternoon, and it's 3-1 in the second half. Harry Kuehl, calm and cool. Leeds 4-1, and that's the way it ended. They keep close to Man U at the top of the table. Well, that's how we like it.